The barrage of sending 2 people to the hospital, and it lands a rapper in jail. 7 Sheldon Fox with the exclusive.
Police and prosecutors say Pooh Shiesty was part of the group that ended up in this parking lot that October afternoon where the flew, and it happened right across the street from the police department and town hall here in Bay Harbor Islands, and days before an arrest. Here was no music video. The footage shows a McLaren sports car, Mercedes Maybach, and another Mercedes pull into this East Bay Harbor Drive condo parking lot.
Okay, good morning.
Shiesty hinted towards an early release from jail today, posting on his Instagram, "Just ordered 2 Ferraris off a jail call, I'm real rich. Make sure you make her cover my name before you keep the girl." Now, sources claim Shiesty actually did purchase 2 Ferraris throughout his business name. Many believe this is a hint towards an early release from jail, as according to the crime that he committed, it was an armed robbery set up via Instagram DMs. This resulted in a 63-month jail sentence with an early release potential on good behavior. As in the original crime documents, it starts with Shiesty and company setting up for a meet for high-end sneakers, including narcotics, with somebody on Instagram. Pooh Shiesty is seen arriving to the meet, driving a bright green McLaren. Awaiting the seller's arrival, Shiesty and his boy would create a plan to steal the items against these 2 men rather than pay for them, as once they arrived, the seller would then give Shiesty the sneakers. Shiesty, while doing a legit check on the pair of sneakers, then gave his boy enough time to get into position for what is about to go down. While negotiating on the price for these goods, a small argument would begin brewing up between Shiesty and the main seller. This began getting very heated until Pooh Shiesty was seen grabbing a firearm from out of his waistband, stepping out of his bright green McLaren, and then beginning to use it. Within seconds, the 2 men started sprinting away, trying to duck behind for cover behind their own vehicle, but sadly they were not quick enough. Shiesty ended up hitting both of them, hitting one in the backside and one in the hip. With Shiesty dealing with the 2 sellers, it was his boy's job to grab the sneakers and anything from inside of their vehicle and throw it all into the McLaren. He does just that, grabbing the sneakers and throwing them in his vehicle, sprinting to his side of the McLaren, getting ready to leave. Meanwhile, Pooh Shiesty is making sure that his job is done and then seen sprinting to his side of the vehicle. However, where Pooh Shiesty was opening his McLaren door, the vehicle had what is known as butterfly doors, meaning the car doors go upwards. So with the car door going up, the Louis Vuitton bag stuffed in the side door pocket would then fall onto the ground inside of the parking lot, as Shiesty didn't even realize that he just left this bag on the ground before driving away. This Louis Vuitton bag had $40,912 all in cash and was a major reason why he even got caught for this crime. But more on that later, as Pooh Shiesty would then be seen going straight to the closest Miami airport, where he would go on and rent a private jet, flying straight out of Miami, Florida. However, Pooh Shiesty would just then be arrested in the following days.
The town of Bay Harbor Island says you're wanted with a... He's also charged with armed robbery, battery in their affidavit, saying the 2 left the state in a private jet.
Once he was booked into jail, he would quickly bond out for around $30,000. As after being on bond for just 2 months, Pooh Shiesty was then arrested.
Mr. Williams, you were arrested for pursuant to an arrest warrant. It was issued June 3rd. It's charging you. You have 2 attorneys here. Or is it, I'm sorry, 2 attorneys in the state. Go ahead. You want to announce again?
Brad Cohen and Sam Zegny for the defendant.
Have you had a chance to review these?
Yes, Judge, we have.
Then fast forward to April 20th, roughly 4 months after his court appearance, DJ Academics would go on and tweet, "Pooh Shiesty has been sentenced to 63 months in prison. He was facing 8 years." As the Memphis rapper would then be officially sentenced. 63 months for firearm charges, including a robbery, seems very low, and it is for a specific reason. While many believe that Pooh Shiesty snitched in his case on his friend that was with him, he actually then created what is is known as a proffer deal with the feds. As a proffer deal is when the criminal proves additional information to the feds relating to the offense, for which immunity, or in his case, a lesser prison sentence, is then granted to the criminal. Shiesty used this proffer to have the charges of 8 years to almost life in prison in exchange just for a 63-month sentence. However, we're now seeing rappers call out Shiesty for working with the feds, as giving them information on this case and those involved does sound like he is snitching. However, in reality, in the court documents, it reveals that he only snitched on himself, giving the judge and the prosecutors the information on himself to go on and make the trial process as simple as possible, as Shiesty would go on and outline the mistakes that he made in his crime. Writing in his own court document to the judge, he revealed the mistakes that he made in this armed robbery. The first mistake is that he did it right beside a police station, and the video footage you see here, this is actually recorded from a police station camera. Now, once the sound of firearms in the area were heard, several police cars arrived to the parking lot. With law enforcement knowing exactly the location of this armed robbery, it didn't even take them that long to just look through the recording just to see the license plates on the vehicles that were involved. Also, what is very important is when they arrived to the scene, they were able to receive the Louis Vuitton bag that Shiesty left on the ground. And this was mistake number 2 that Shiesty outlined. The Louis Vuitton bag that holds $40,912 in cash was a huge piece of evidence. Now, the feds already had an idea of who committed this robbery due to the license plates. However, just in case, they went to Shiesty's Instagram and they downloaded a few photos, as there were photos of Shiesty stretching many $100 bills across of his body. Now, with these photos, the feds zoomed in on the photos to where they could see the serial numbers that were located on the bills. Then, with creative police work, they noticed that on one of the photos, the serial number on the bill matched one of the bills that was found inside of the Louis Vuitton bag, leaving some pretty concrete evidence to prove that Shiesty was guilty. However, this then led into Shiesty's biggest mistake of them all, as Shiesty posted a selfie with the all-green McLaren that he committed the armed robbery in just a few hours after he did the crime. Yes, Pooh Shiesty took a selfie with the sports car. He then committed an armed robbery in it. Then once he arrived to the airport and got his private jet, while waiting to take off, he then posted that selfie to social media. It wouldn't even be a year later, while in prison, Shiesty's team would then release a music video titled Gone MIA, flexing that same all-green McLaren as well. However, even with Shiesty detailing the mistakes that he made to the judge, rappers just continued calling him a snitch, which would go on to ruin his reputation in the music game. This is then when we would see Big 30 vouch for him.
My mama, if you see some paperwork, my mama, I do whatever y'all tell me to do. Cause my eyebrows, mustache, hair, I throw my chains in the river and jump in and if Shiesty snitch. Go home, take one to the. I ain't got no mama right.
This then even led into Shiesty in jail sending a message out for all of us, where he would go on and say, "King Shiesty tapping in from the middle of the penitentiary, aka bad place, where they say that I can't go, jailing no telling. I still remain untouched, millions still in double digits, tell Google to fix my net worth, we can verify that right now. I'm locked up, not messed up. I was 21, up 8 figures, Jay-Z can't even relate to my money. Triple my followers, stop playing with my name before I buy one of you for sale. You guys aren't anything. I put on for this CG stuff every day. Twice on Sundays, I'm on the same stuff from Tokyo to Tennessee. Not gonna go fed just to start getting scared. Ain't no one played with me free or in jail. I'm still the man of Memphis, still the king of no matter what jungle. Slick, almost the same man, just a little more powerful. You know what I'm talking about, baby Larry. How are you gonna let a man in the feds outdo you? You can't even beat me at crawling backwards. You need to get your hand and stick game up before you could do something with me. Stop playing so much. For my fans, supporters, loved ones holding me down every day, keep on keeping it solid. I promise it does not go unnoticed, and I got something special for all the world is law. The rest of you guys are done. Keep hating, false advertising, backbiting, and counting me out. It's up and stuck like a treehouse next. I'm touching down. I got a Dorito on my shoulder. I'm going 100% on you. As with Shiesty still standing tall inside of jail, him revealing that he's buying a new Ferrari, a message that he shared during an interview before getting arrested would then begin going viral on social media.
Really when I got signed, but I'm gonna tell you before I got signed, like breaking news. The verse on breaking news made everybody go crazy, and folks started saying I'm their favorite rapper already, so I'm gonna stop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just made me go harder.
So the success kind of gave you the confidence to really keep it up?
Yeah, they rocking with me for sure.
Man.
It's in my first verse.